So we've got to talk about Bumble's new billboard. And it says
Okay.
a vow of celibacy is not the answer. I think the switch that is happening is so freaking funny because it used to be like, don't, like, girls can't have sex with anybody or they're dirty or we're sluts or whatever. And now it's like, wait a minute, where are you? Where are you? We can't sell our dating site. We can't sell our dating site. And then we wonder, right? Like they wonder where the women are. But then you watch TikTok on Mother's Day and there's thousands of women who are crying because their partner couldn't be bothered to get them a freaking card.
Pain and hurt. Bumble telling women like, yo, why are you being celibate? It's ridiculous. We're not making any money off you. Why are you holding back for? Why are you not here on these app streets busting it open, clean open? Celibacy is not the answer. What a marketing campaign, but the way women are losing, it's interesting and hilarious, to be honest.
You see the man or bear thing going on and everyone's choosing bear and nobody listens. That video went viral right around Valentine's Day where that girl was like, if your partner, like if your boyfriend does not get you flowers for Valentine's Day, he hates you because he sees 1,000 flowers smacking him in the face all the time and he just decides actively not to purchase them for you. The lengths that women will go to explain the problems and what they want and what they need out of a partnership to have it fall on deaf ears. And you wonder why they're not on Bumble.
The interesting thing about Bumble is it's the app where women make the first move. So, I mean, yes, we know it's an app and yeah, we know it's manipulated, but even with women making the first move, a lot of them are still picking poorly, aren't they? Now, is it the app? Is it poor choices? Who knows? Could be a bit of both. AI dating. It's all artificially intelligent now, isn't it? It's just begun.
And like, I am very happily married. I had a very wonderful and appreciated Mother's Day. This sweatshirt that I wanted really bad came for me from my husband and my kid. So I am not speaking from experience here, but I can read and I have ears and I can listen and consume media and take that and understand what is happening here. Why can't they?
A vow of celibacy is absolutely the answer. I don't know if y'all have seen Bumble's latest ad campaign, these billboards, but when I saw them, my mouth quite literally fell open. Shaming women for choosing to abstain in 2024 is wild. I recently got back on the dating apps after not being on them for like 5 years, and the only one that I seemed to be able to tolerate was Bumble. But even then, I feel like I just could not get into it, and now I understand why. I know we all like to joke about how the dating pool has piss in it, but let's be real, it is so much more than that. As a woman, anytime that I choose to go out and meet a man, I am quite literally putting my life in danger.
No, because I'm actually f***ing confused. Are you not gay or am I f***ing ugly? Because why on earth am I still single? And I know it's not the latter, so...
Okay, so here we have a woman in London.
It's not the latter, so...
Either way, I mean, she's struggling right now, isn't she? Why?
This is for whoever's getting fired for the Bumble campaign. At your next job, make sure you insist on paying for creative pre-testing before launching anything into market. And yes, it's super expensive to do that. We're talking like tens of thousands into the hundreds of thousands of dollars to test your creative.
Imagine if it was a woman that created that ad campaign. I've tried to look and I couldn't find out, but it'd be hilarious if it was a woman that created that.
But you know what else is really expensive? Even more expensive. The loss to your existing user base, potential user base, people who would even consider being users in the future, subscription revenue, a la carte purchase revenue in the app. The list goes on and on. All of that is going to affect the stock price, which, by the way, I just checked, and since going public, it's been basically a straight line down. You cannot afford to be making mistakes like this.
Damn. Wow. Again, women are very triggered, aren't they? To a degree you can understand. It's like them saying, what are you holding yourself back for? You're saving it. What are you saving yourself for? It's pointless to save yourself. We're losing money if you save yourself. Is it them telling women they have no control of their own body? Well, it's like, what are you holding it back for? It's not your WAP. It's for the streets. It's for everyone. Seriously.
Just pay for the creative testing. Pay for it.
This is for the advertising and marketing director over at Bumble, the dating app. If you're not that, you can keep scrolling. Bumble, count your days. You really have billboards all over the city talking about a vow of celibacy is not the answer. So what is the answer? Giving it up to raggedy, undeserving men? At 2 Bumble? We've already been bombarded with people saying there's a male loneliness epidemic. They're tired of waiting on you to heal. They're going to start putting their hands on you because they're getting frustrated. So now we have all of this pressure from the news media, from society, from the patriarchy, from every direction telling us, just give it up, stop fighting, give the men what they want. And y'all are doing it too?
Let me stop. Agreed, it does sound like that, doesn't it? It does sound like they're saying, just stop being silly, just give it up. As a man, I'm actually shocked that she made it myself. I'm like, wow, you guys really made this. It's very bold. If you make money from it, hey, what can you say?
At 2 Bumble? Y'all are just as raggedy as the men you're trying to shove down these women's throats. You got men on here talking about ladies, some of y'all are going to have to settle. No. For the men out there who refuse to get their lives together to make themselves worthy catches for these women, but still want you to settle for them, no.
To some degree, I understand and I agree with that. I made a video about that being self-sustainable the other day. However, in this day and age, a lot of men have realized they don't need to be. A lot of women's standards are very low. They can be a bum. They can be a hobosexual, and hey, they can still have much success in 2024.
To Bumble, trying to guilt trip and manipulate women into settling for these raggedy men, no. Y'all make that bear look better and better every day. For y'all to be an app.
It's always the bear. Just stop. Damn right. It's always the bear. They're always talking about the bear now. Oh my God. The bear's got more game than regular men.
That's all about women making the first move. And now you're telling the women what move to make? Who came up with this idea? Who greenlit this campaign? I bet it was a man.
I hope it's a woman. I hope it's a woman. I hope it's a woman.
I bet it was a man.
I think the biggest difference between this generation of women and the generation of women that came before us is that we will just be single before we stay in an unhappy marriage. We will just be single before we let a man come into our lives and tell us a damn thing. We will just be single before we are the only people in our house cooking, cleaning, parenting, etc., etc. We're changing the script because ain't no way a man is gonna profit off of my unpaid labor for the rest of my life.
Now, do you think when a big corporation like Bumble hears women talking like this, they get scared? Like, think about it from this perspective. Who really suffers in terms of money if women are celibate? Who's really going to suffer? The dating apps. The dating apps that make millions upon millions of not just women, men as well. Loneliness. They make money off so much lonely people. Now, if people stop using those apps, how much money would they lose? So when they hear women like this talking, are they just seeing, oh, we're losing money? This quarter is going to be low. We're going to lose money this quarter because women are being celibate. And if men can't get to these women because they're celibate, it's like, what's the point? A loss of money. Again, the dating apps profiting of people's loneliness and want to find someone else, though they don't benefit if people do find someone else. Neither do they benefit if no one wants to find anyone, isn't it?
For the rest of my life.
We need to discuss Bumble's villain arc because this ad is just criminal. Do you know how many people have to look at an ad and approve it at a company before it gets on a huge billboard like this? I mean, either they only have men or they just have people who don't care and just want to get their job done for the day, because this is an atrocity. There was a time where Bumble had a pulse on what women were going through, as they should. There's supposed to be an app directed to women, trying to empower them to make the first move. And this could have been one of the best apps that we'd ever see in the dating world. And
I'm going to use her point right there to make another point. There's some of these people, not just women, but men as well, not stop and think. These ad campaigns are designed to manipulate you. Yes, she agreed with earlier ad campaigns because they were agreeing with her, what she thought, what she wanted. She didn't understand that even then she was still being manipulated. Yes, it agreed with her, but it was just going along with what she wanted. But the ad campaign's bad now because it's going against what she wants. It's all a game of manipulation. It's all monopoly. They don't win if you fall in love. So whether the ad campaign was good then or bad now, the point is they had you anyway. They already had you.
And they absolutely blew it. Something else about this kind of ad, where it basically says, keep your standards high, don't let anyone bring them down, is really reminding me, or at least brings up conversations that men have had in the past, where there's this like full blame on women. Like, if you're having such a bad time in your relationship, or this person mistreated you so badly, Why are you talking about being so traumatized and upset? You should just do better. Choose better. And now that we're finally taking this advice, that we're actually choosing better and raising our standards, not just because we want to raise them, but because we're starting to understand our value and the kinds of experiences, not just because we want to raise them, but because we're starting to understand our value and the kinds of experiences that are worthwhile for us to have as women, we get this response like, whoa, just kidding. That's too much. I need you to come back to earth and deal with us as we are because, well, you don't want to be celibate, do you? And they try to convince us as women that this is a problem for us to solve, just like how it was before. Our standards weren't high enough. We were being mistreated. We were being traumatized. We had to do better. And now that we have done better, albeit maybe we are overcorrecting in some instances, we still need to be given that opportunity to figure out what the balance is. Some of us do need to heal. Some of us do need this. This is not a bad thing inherently.
For profit, it is. For profit, it is. Again, it's one reason why you can't trust dating apps, because it's all for profit, including the information they put out. It's all for profit. It's not surprising Tinder's being sued. It's all for profit. The good and the bad, they control the dating market.
Say that it is our problem to solve, that somehow Bumble is what supposed to be our ambassador, is supposed to be our cheerleader in this space. Absolutely not. There is nothing here telling me that Bumble understands what women are going through right now when it comes to dating. And if they want to talk to me, I'm happy to share my insights, because as a coach, as someone on this platform that has a million kind of conversations about relationships, how to seek emotional security, how to date, how to find people who are compatible with you, this is not the take.
Take or not, there's money in manipulation. It's strange how when these dating apps put out false and dumb information on men, these women lap it up and eat it up. The single male loneliness epidemic, sure. Oh, this one is wrong? Really?